What is up, my peepholes? This is your guy, Cly, and welcome back to that thrifting series. Now, today's episode is going to be all about gaming keyboards. Because, to be perfectly frank, I keep finding the things. I mean, yes, some stores, they'll try to charge like 50 plus, depending on the brand. But, more often than not, they tend to slip through the cracks, and I'm the one there to find them. So today's selection of keyboards I got for about $5 or less. Yeah, that's about right. Pre-tax. There's one exception, which I'll go ahead and lead off with, and let me go ahead and state that there is no real ordering to these, with the minor exception of my favorite being the last, and then everything else is grouped by brand. But yeah, let's go ahead and show you the least impressive in my opinion. So I guess there is a bit of ordering in that. It's also one that was supposed to be $7 until I whipped out a 30% off coupon, because if it's Savers, I've got a 30% off coupon thanks to donating clothing. So what we have here is a Z-board. I come across parts of these every now and then, but not the actual unit itself. And, oh, I forgot to put this in all the way. Why is that important? Well, the thing that makes it a gaming keyboard is actually, let me just go ahead and reach around the microphone, hoping I don't bump it too much, because I haven't had a chance to make my shock mount yet, even though I have the parts. There we go. The inlays actually come out, and included with this one was this inlay right here. There we go. Yeah. I've actually come across inlays for this board many times for about $10 each. Needless to say, I did not buy any of them. But yes, I now have it in the gaming configuration. Your standard keys are all grouped around here for a lot of your hotkey stuff. Sadly, from what I can tell, it is not reprogrammable. Still works. It does have a nice little speed pad design here, which I would prefer to WASD myself, though I do have a dedicated gaming speed pad, the Logitech G13, for any of you who are interested. It's really nice. But though it is the least impressive of today's keyboards, I like it a lot. On to the next keyboard. Alright, this next keyboard screams... No, 3, 2, 1. As you can see, the little dude has decided to join me. He woke up from his food coma hearing me speak between takes. Now, this next keyboard, everything about its aesthetic screams gaming keyboard, so I honestly have no idea how the employees, especially the ones that actually really strike me as gamers, we've spoken about stuff like that before, let this one slip through the cracks. It's admittedly from a brand that I'm not all too familiar with. It is the Rosewill RIKB 11003. Really wish I could find a shorter name for this thing, but let's go ahead and pull it out here. I got it for a whopping $3. And like every other keyboard today, it is not mechanical, it is membrane. But what it has going for it are these nice little traction keys on both the WASD and the directional pad, as well as 5 keys on each side of the main keyboard. Now, why are those important? Oh, actually, no, I didn't even notice. It also has 5 keys at the top on each side. So a total of 20 extra keys. And while they are currently mapped by default, if you download the software for this keyboard, you're actually able to program the entire board. Complete reprogramming. And while I personally would not reprogram my main keys, all of these up here, especially if I didn't have shift keys, I would put macros on all 20 of the additional keys, so it's kind of a nice little thing. On to the next board. Alright, now for the brands that I've heard of, and undoubtedly the majority of you have heard of. First off, we have the Microsoft Reclusa. This is actually the first gaming keyboard that I've ever thrifted, even though I found 2 more that night at different locations, so I didn't even get to use this one. I found much better ones. There's a cat head in the way. I paid $3 for this, and I really should have given it a chance. It's kind of neat in that it does have a nice blue backlight, though blue is not my favorite color. The cat's head is blocking my shot because I want to show you. Well, okay, see those keys over there? It's got 5 keys to either side of the keyboard, 3 of which are the nice backlit, 2 of which are bumper style, as well as a dial on each side. Now, that kind of stuff matters because the keys, the 3 normal, 2 bumper on each side, are reprogrammable, as are the dials. Even better is it actually uses Razer software to do this. So, once again, it is not a bad little keyboard. It's just not my favorite. On to the next. Alright, time for the one that's going to get me the most flack for having found it. Not my favorite, but it's got a lot of brand loyalty going for it. What I have here is the Razer Anansi. And let's just turn it around. Go ahead and show you what I paid for it. $2. This same location I bought this at wanted $50 for this exact keyboard in box the week after I got this guy. So I got really lucky. Yeah, it is the Razer Anansi, a really nice green backlight, though you can't really see it right now. It matches that right there. It's too bright in here. And like the Rosewill, each and every key is programmable. And it allows you to have up to 20 profiles per game, which is neat. Not my favorite feature, though, out of the keyboards, I should say. Now, once again, I personally would not reprogram all of these keys unless I had a shift key. Oh, look, 7 shift keys. You just use your thumb, activates a different key press for whatever you're touching. And you've got 5 dedicated macro keys. It's not a bad board. I personally have never used it, mainly because the programming software for it is a bit buggy and locks Minecraft into 500 megs of RAM. Not gigs, megs. 500 gigs of RAM would be awesome, but kill any modern system. Yeah, I used to LP Minecraft all the time, or Let's Play Minecraft all the time, and personally I'd like to get back into at least playing it for myself, if not for my channel, and I play huge mod packs, so 500 megs of RAM will never cut it for me. I hear they may have patched it, but I can't guarantee that, so for now, this board's going to be sidelined. On to the next board. Alright, I've shown you a Z board, a Rosewill, a Microsoft, and a Razer. Time for the Logitechs. Let's go ahead and go with the earliest produced. I have for you the Logitech G11, even though the previous owner kind of lost that name tag. But it is the Logitech G11, and to be honest, I love this series of keyboards. Specifically this one, and okay, not specifically, but I definitely like the G11 and the early generation of G15, which I'll show you in a second. We've got 18 programmable keys, which is very nice, each one with 3 different shift modes, and it can be programmed on the fly by just hitting the MR button, selecting your key, and then putting whatever you want in, hitting the key again. Your macro is saved. I paid a whopping $3 for this board, and it only keeps getting better from here. On to the next one. As you can see, the little dude wants a belly rub, but instead, I'm going to show you the next keyboard. What I have here is the first model of the Logitech G15. Let's go ahead and just bring this into frame. And as you can see, the previous owner really enjoyed using it. The palm area for where he was using or she was using the WASD keys, and wow, my lamp is really popping. I've been recording too long. But yeah, where the palm would rest when using WASD is a wee bit worn. There we go, better shot. But I like it because it still has the 18 G keys, or programmable keys, as well as a brighter backlight. Maybe the previous keyboard had a burned out light. Possible. But let's just go ahead and bring this up while he scratches himself. You also have this nice little LCD, let me bring it in, that gives you multiple things. Here's where you choose the profile that you're using for your loadout. You also have countdown timer, which you can set on your computer. You have a digital clock. This shows how much of my computer's resources I'm using, which I'm using my laptop, so to use 66% is not that hard. And back to normal. There's also a few other applets that I don't currently have going. But let's get to the next keyboard while the little dude comes to the microphone. I forgot to mention in the last segment that I only paid $3 for that G15. And another one that I paid $3 for would be this G15, the newer version of the two, and the one that I've been using this whole time. Now, yes, it does have a lot fewer programmable keys, but I use a speed pad, the G13, so it doesn't really matter for me. Also, it's got a nice orange backlight, which orange is one of my favorite colors. And it matches the aesthetic of the G15, which is the big selling point for me. Still has the nice little display, though the display is fixed, it doesn't fold. But the backlight on it does match the keyboard, so yay! To be honest, I actually have two of these. The other one is hooked up to my girlfriend's, not my computer, it's a girlfriend, my girlfriend's computer at the moment. Who knows? Maybe her computer is my computer's girlfriend. I don't know. But yeah, she's using the other one of these. I'm currently thinking about fixing up the other G15 with the extra macro keys because she doesn't use a speed pad like I do, and swapping out the backlight for her favorite color, which is purple, and giving that to her. But for now, she's using one of these. Paid $5 for hers at a local no-name thrift. That one is technically the most expensive in this video, actually. But I've got one more keyboard to show you, the one that is actually going to supplant this on my desktop. And oh man, is it nice. All right, time for hands down my favorite board of the lot. Once I clean it up, this is actually going to be my new default keyboard. So without further ado, I have the Logitech G19. Twice the programmable keys of the G15 Mark II. Also, color-changing backlights. Don't know if you can see it with the overhead. There we go. I can actually assign each profile its own color, and I can choose any color I want, which is really nice. But the previous owner did a number making it a little bit ooky, so I need to clean that up. Also, just put that there. Once again, this is from the location that I got the Razer from. Yeah. I haven't used an in a while, hopefully. This is the same location that I got the Razer from, and the same location that actually tried to get $50 for a Razer after I bought the other one. But they let a G19 of this caliber just sit on the shelf, not even in the case, just on the shelf for $3. The funny part is I actually got this from right in front of a keyboard flipper. They were looking for wireless keyboards, and they just dug through the pile that had this in it. I see this screen right here, which is very nice, very, very nice. And I just pull it out. It even had the power cord, and the guy had no idea what it was. I gave him a little bit of information about this, and I don't know if he took it to heart. He was just looking for Microsoft wireless keyboards. I'll let him have it. Yeah, the screen is so nice. Let me just hit this key right here. Has so many more applets than the other one, including a YouTube player, which sadly doesn't work properly anymore, thanks to this being a few years old and everything about YouTube changing. I have found a few third-party applets, though, that should be able to fix that by letting me actually view a monitor on this little screen. But let me demonstrate one of these for you. Oh, and I forgot to mention, each of the Logitech models has this little slider here in one form or another. This disables your Windows key. This is called gaming mode. Disables your Windows key so that you can't accidentally hit it. And bad accent to make up for the fact that I just started slurring thanks to a little bit of indigestion. That way you can't accidentally hit the Windows key and screw up your game. So that's a very nice thing. So let me go ahead and pull up the performance monitor to check out all the cores on my laptop doing boopkiss because it's a weak little laptop. And what I was going to want to show you, a webcam viewer. Say hello to Kitty Cam. It does update slowly, and I will say that this webcam isn't the best webcam, despite saying that it's full HD. It is 1080p, 30 FPS. I thrifted it, so bonus thrift. I thrifted this for a whopping $2, and messy stuff over there. You can't really make it out though. And then game closet over there. But yeah, the camera has a wee bit of input lag. The keyboard's drivers aren't the greatest. There we go, a little bit smoother. And this webcam is actually originally only $20, so... let's see if I can get her. Oh no, the webcam! The cord is too short! I have a very messy room that I'm recording in, but I was going to try to get you some footage of the fluff who just walked in the door. But sadly, she is down low, and the cord is too short on the webcam. I'm having a lot of fun just looking at the webcam feed on the keyboard. I'm not gonna... Now you can hear her. She's telling me she wants to play. So on that note, I think I'm going to call it here. Until next time, this is your guy Cly, signing off.